Hello and welcome to the fantabulous magical world of Midkemia. My name is Neal Hallford, and I'm going to be your host today as we do a walkthrough through Betrayal at Krondor Remastered. This project is a project that I came up with myself so that I could teach myself to use the new Amazon Lumberyard game engine, which is a really cool engine. It's very powerful, based on the Crytek game engine. As you can see, it's really beautiful, amazing rendering of the world. I've built a little tiny kind of demo section just for quick demonstration purposes, but as you can see, it's a lovely day here in Midkemia, and a great day to start learning a little bit more about what this really great game tool can do. What I'm going to be doing in the course of today's exercise is show off one of the first core game systems that I've been able to kind of resurrect using this game engine. Now, if you're wondering what my association is with the original Betrayal at Krondor, which was a hit RPG back in the early 1990s, I was co-designer of it along with John Cutter. But let's get started and hop into the actual game engine and see what this sucker looks like once we get going. So, as you can see, we've got a window. It's very similar to what we had in the original game engine, because this was in a day back whenever the interfaces were much more sort of dominant and in your face, and that was sort of the aesthetic of the time. And I'm really trying to kind of pull the same thing and get back to something where the interface itself is very kind of carefully crafted, and it's part of the gaming experience. So we've got some interesting stuff that's going on down here at the end of this lane. So maybe we'll get going here and see what we might be able to find down here at the end of the lane. Oh, we got a little bit of text that popped up here. Now, if you play the original game, Betrayal at Krondor, whenever you encountered things, there would usually be a little bit of text that would pop up before you talk to a character. So let's see who might be waiting here for us in front of this rock or in this particular encounter here. Now, this guy, you got to be really, really careful around this guy. He's a little bit of a wacko, and he has a tendency to want to pop himself into his games. Okay, so admission, it's me. This is a photograph that my friends frequently refer to as me in my badass medieval pimp outfit. But I couldn't resist. I had to put myself in my own game. So anyway, I'm going to have a little chat here with Owen, who was one of the major characters that you were able to control in the original game. And of course, being that I'm the creator, I'm kind of giving my creation a little bit of a hard time, because, I mean, hey, what's the fun of being the creator of a universe if you can't harass them? So whenever we first walked up to characters and you talked to them in the game, you'd have this initial little bit of dialogue that would go back and forth between one or more characters, between the members of the party and whoever you're speaking to. But whenever you get to the end of that dialogue, something that we did is what you're going to see just next. We've just populated the screen with keywords. Now, these keywords were usually tied into things either that came up during the course of the conversation that you just had, or you may have talked to another character previously elsewhere in the world, and this could turn on keywords for various people that you would meet later on down the road. So we have a few things to talk about here. There's Gorath, who is a character that was Owen's party mate. So let's talk to Owen about or have Owen ask me a little bit about Gorath. Now, Owen's a little put out with me here because he hasn't quite got over the fact that I killed off Gorath at the end of the first game, and he's a little whiny about it. And so, I'm just trying to kind of deal with his grief in the most sensitive possible way possible, or maybe not quite so sensitively, but again, this is part of the privilege of being the creator of the world, and I'm kind of an arrogant person, so I'm demanding chocolate there at the end from whatever. Now, one thing you might notice is the fact that previously we had a keyword for Gorath, but that keyword is now gone. And that's part of the things that we can do with this game engine, that as we speak to characters, we can turn keywords on and off. So as you can see, the keyword Gorath is over because Owen doesn't want to discuss Gorath anymore, but he does want to discuss stolen chocolate. Now, at the end of the last dialogue, or the last keyword there, I might have possibly taken some chocolate out of his inventory. He's a little peeved with me right now, and so he's just expressing his dislike of me over my larcenous ways. So let's now kind of move on to there's a keyword there called noisy approach. Now, this particular keyword, once again, I'm harassing Owen, but there's actually a purpose to this particular keyword, and we're going to see what's going on here in a moment. So one of the powers of the engine is that in addition to be able to just sort through various different dialogues and dialogue states, we're also capable of launching a script. And so in this instance, we have fired a script that allows the player to train in one of the skills that we have will be available in the course of the game. And again, this is very similar to what we had in the original game, and it was an important function of the dialogue system, is its ability to fire off scripts and to allow the player to train. So as you can see here, we've got the options to either accept or to say no thanks, but I click on one of these buttons, and so I'll go ahead, and you can see over here that we can see that we have the name of the skill and some of the benefits that you get if you decide to train in that skill. So let's go ahead and accept. We can see that once I click on the button, I've gained 5 points in stealth. The buttons change, and it gives me the option to train again. If I do train again, then once again I lose some more money, and I get 5 more points. So this is another important aspect of the game engine, is this dynamic capability to fire off scripts or to perform specific activities that are embedded within the dialogue system. And every dialogue that comes up can be set up to trigger almost any kind of interaction that we want to set up. So we could trigger a combat, we can take items or give items to the character, charge money, train them in different skills. There's a great deal of power in this system. So just to kind of summarize, once again, we have the dialogue set up. You can speak, once you speak to a character, that dialogue can then change dynamically in terms of keywords that are available to the player. It can change other characters' keywords, and we can also provide the player with the opportunity to learn new skills or to change other states about the game world. I want to thank you so much for tuning in for our very first demonstration of Krondor, Betrayal at Krondor Remastered, and we hope you'll come back for further sessions in the future. Thanks a lot.